Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mad Rat House. Excuse my poorly voice, but I'm getting better and at least I have one this week. We're just doing a quick cup of tea and chat session to catch up. I'm just about to, I didn't manage my Inktober, as I was just saying, fully. I've got a couple of pieces to finish, but what I have got here, I'm about to share with you guys. Probably need to zoom in one, don't I? Where did that little controller go? There we go. There we go, then you'll be able to see better. So yeah, and then a couple of other things to go through and take it from there. Again, apologies if my buzzer goes. It is obnoxiously loud and it's just by the wall to there. But the heating man is supposedly on his way anytime now. Between now and 9 o'clock, it's now 6:16 at night. Anytime now between now and 9 o'clock, sorry, 19, what am I? That's 7 o'clock. But yeah, and Andrew should be home soon anyway to intercept him. But so I did the Halloween edition. I did it in. I really wanted to use this paper I got with the planner, and I've never used it for much a lot. Oh, excuse me, guys. Long day. Can't English today. Can't English, which is ironic, seeing so as I am. I hadn't used it for much. Occasionally, a few bits in a planner. But I really wanted to have a go at drawing on the brown paper. Was it tone tan, I guess is the other words for it. Hi, Ali. So yeah, that's what I did. I worked out it's not the best paper for drawing on, and ink tends to sit, or it feels a bit, it's not matte, let's say that. It's not completely matte, so the ink, excuse my finger. I've got a poorly jawed rat at the minute, you'll see her later. She's lost a lot of weight and she's had a facial abscess. And we were at the vet's last week, last Monday before I went away, and she was going to stay on holiday with my mum. Rat trail, not a rabbit trail, a rat trail. And I was helping the vet to try and look in her mouth to see if it was her back teeth or whether it was just something she'd eaten that scratched, because there was no head on the outside, that scratched the inside of her cheek, and she wasn't being helpful. Stupid me. So I surprised the vet's got a little tiny syringe trying to poke in her mouth. Silly me, because I know my rat's inside out, they won't bite. Tried to force her mouth open by poking my finger and pushing her teeth down. Of course, rat teeth, razor sharp, straight through my finger. Couldn't stop. I don't know if you can see that. Couldn't stop the blood. And as a result, the end of my finger now, it's stopped bleeding, but it's numb. Completely numb on the end there. So I don't know what she did there, but it was completely my fault. She looked dumbstruck, bless her. She was horrified, and she was covered in my blood, and the vet was covered in my blood, and I had Alfie with me, and he was trying every which way to get to see the blood. Let me see, where is it? And it was totally my fault because I'd poked my finger down on a razor sharp incisor tooth. So there we go. Oh, Ali, I hope you feel better soon. I'm still of that age too, and I absolutely hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I suffer so badly too, so you have my sympathies. Hot water bottle. Hot water bottle and something lavender usually helps me, like lavender candle or lavender oil or something lavender. I don't know whether it's a placebo or it's something I've always done, and it helps. It helps. So this was my cover page. We did the rose. That's a brush pen, and that's just like splattered ink from an ink clutcher. I didn't have a bottle now. I do have a bottle now. And I also invested in a dip pen to try, but as you'll see, my dip pen work isn't good. Let's just say it's not for people that have muscle spasms. It's not great, but I'm going to keep practicing with it and keep going. So yeah, and then my day one I posted, I think up to day 5 or something, was a rat, because of course rat, and I started signing them and I stopped signing them. I need to go back and sign them, I think. So there's my day 1 rat. Obviously Halloween, you have rats for Halloween, and I was trying out a different pose. It's from a picture I took of Lily, the Silverfall Lily, and of course they can come and say hello later if anybody wants them to. They're probably chomping at the bit because they haven't had an audience for a few weeks. So it didn't go great. And I also made up my own ink wash in a one of the really old water brush pens that I got, one of the really cheap ones. Oh, my chat stopped again, I think. Maybe people just aren't talking. I don't know. Anyway, let's carry on. It says it's recording, it says it's working, so fingers crossed. So yeah, so there's my rat. Day 2, I wanted to play with the ink wash, so I tried a silhouette. You can see my ink wash really wasn't great. I couldn't get it smooth. I see you, Dorothy, and you passed. So yeah, so just the what's the brush pen that we all love? Pitt pen, Faber-Castell Pitt brush artist pen. And I don't know if I can reach my Inktober stuff is still on the sofa behind me. I don't know if I can reach. No, I can't reach it. I'll grab the pencil case in a bit and you can see all the tools that I've been using. But yeah, and this is a white jelly roll. And then my ink wash. And I'm a big fan of the uni pin to outline. Hi, CB. Yeah, good to see you too. Good to be back. Okay, Ali. Oh no, I hope she finds her bracelet. Let us know if she finds it. Good luck. So yeah, I've forgotten what I was saying now, but I'm still not 100%. So there's going to be a lot of this. This is going to be a very, very vague stream. Yeah. Anyway, there's a cat sat on a ledge of some sort, looking at the moon. There we go. So next, I decided to try and do a person, and you'll probably see that there's not any more people in here at all because people really aren't my strong point, especially. Hi, Pekka. Especially with ink and black and white and tone tan, and I decided to add a bit of colour. So this is just with some watered down green ink. I decided to take the ink bit quite literally. So most of this is just like literal ink that you'd put in a fountain pen or black outliner, fine liner pens sort of thing, drawing pens. And I did some gold. I can't remember if I did gold or bronze Sharpie for the pentagram. The metallic ones anyway. I can't remember if it's gold or bronze. It's one or the other. But yeah, so that's supposed to be a witch. Supposed to be. So I've left people alone after that for a while until I can practice properly. I think that's Andrew just coming in, so excuse any noise. I've just heard our corridor door go anyway. Yep, it is. I can hear his keys. The day after, if you remember, or during this, I was in Puppy Hell. Doing the puppies for the cake, which went well, and the damn things are still sat here in a box. He hasn't eaten them or anything. He plays with them occasionally, but they're all slowly falling apart every time he plays with them, but they're still here. Still here. The party was good. The party went really well and he loved it, and that's all that matters. So I did a quick ballpoint pen Little Shop of Horrors I'd been watching at the time, and I just sat and doodled this with cheap ballpoint pens. So obviously there's Audrey. Hi, Judy Bum. And then I was playing with the ink wash again and shading and trying to build up some layers. So I did a skull, and I always do like head-on skulls. So I wanted to try and... Excuse me a minute. We've got no hot water, darling. Okay. Yeah, so I swizzled it around a bit and did a different view. So I didn't quite get there with the shading because the control on the pen wasn't, the brush pen wasn't great then. Well, it's still not great now, but it's because it's cheap and homemade, but it does the job. So that was my 5th. Yeah, 5th. After a while I stopped dating them because I just did them as and when. I think this is the last one that I tweeted and Instagrammed. And then I did some eyeballs. I was just playing with shapes, really. Reed patterns, and so that's wash and brush pen and jelly roll. So there's your pile of eyes. And they're all looking at you. I meant to go back and put some more detail in them, really. I did kind of start half-heartedly with that one, but then I thought, well, actually no, that day's done, gone. Well, he has a very special dentist CV, but he doesn't look very well for it, does he, really? You know, give me slightly yellow teeth and some skin any day. So there's the pile of eyes. And then I wanted to add some more colour. And this is when I bought the dip pen and some ink. So I turn them around. Painted the background in liquid ink. Some orange ink, various consistencies to do the pumpkins, and some green. And I started off with a dip pen for the pumpkins, but the control wasn't great, so I went back to my old trusty. You can see some random, don't know if you can actually. No, I think it's nicely hidden. It looks good on this camera actually. You can see some random lines that shouldn't be there. But yeah, and I like the way this Winsor & Newton ink, it's slightly shiny. It's like, it's not totally matte anyway. It's like got, you see that? See his mouth catching there, but it's just black ink. So there's my pumpkin pile. I had to have a pumpkin, didn't I? What's next? Oh, and then I was messing around thinking about costumes. So I don't know if you can read that. I had to do a ghost, and so I made a rat ghost. This was my first outing of the dip pen, and it wasn't, no, second outing of the dip pen, and it was a nightmare. So again, I went over it in brush pen, I think. And it says squeak. Oops, I meant boo. So it's a rat dressed as a ghost. Well, kind of. That was the idea for it. It's not amazing. It was just a 5-minute doodle. It's not amazingly executed, but that was the idea between that. It's a, you know, as when you're little kids and you're dressed up with a sheet over your head with eye holes your mum makes you. So obviously you had to have ear holes and a tail hole and a nose hole just so you could see that he was a rat. His little feet is poking out. And then this one is inspired by Alfie. And I did a load of like trick-or-treat sweets or candy, and got the chocolate and the lollipop and everything. And I want to do totally grayscale. I'm playing again with the grey wash pen, trying to build up layers and shade. And then I added a token piece of candy corn for you guys, although we don't have it here. All my little sweeties. And I know the saying is something wicked this way comes, but with Alfie it's always something sticky this way comes. He's always a sticky mess when he's had sweets. That's what Andrew sings at him. Alfie is a sticky mess, and he goes crazy, and they bicker for a while, and it's quite funny. So yeah, this is ode to Alfie and his sticky mess. Let's have a sip of tea here. Oh yum, gingerbread tea. Love gingerbread tea, especially this time of year. Not quite time for the mulled tea to come out, but it's gingerbread tea time. Next I was playing with colours again, and this one I dropped water on, and I need to fix him. I tried to fix him with a pen, but I need to get the inks out again. And I tried shading. Again, this is all ink. This is like the red, and the shading is, I squirted out the little ink cartridges that you get for fountain pens. I've got some here, I think. I think they live in the shop, yeah. I've got a big bag of, I've got lots of different fountain pens and a big bag of various inks, different colours, but all these, the colours are the same as the barrel. So I squirted some red out into a little palette, and the same with the other cut. That's how I did the other colours too that you've seen. Welcome back, Ali. Did you find it? Yeah, and I tried shading with, I was going through this colour theory bit at the time and reading something about it. So I tried shading with, I read about you can shade with the opposite colour on the colour wheel. Don't know if that's true or not, but I tried it. So that's red shaded with green. And oh, my computer keeps wanting to go to sleep. So that's what I did there. So that's my take on a devil. I didn't want to have to draw a face in that after my witch face fail. So there's my devil-y picture. And again, this is a bit blotchy. You could have done with a second coat, and I completely ruined that bit. But after these were done, I just tried not to dwell on them, just get them done and move on to the next thing. Next, we have a Spidey. This was done with a different pen again. This was like a calligraphy pen, but a fibre one. I'm not very impressed with it. It was only £1, so that's probably why it was rubbish. But, yeah, I did the web and Spidey. He's shaded and he's got a bit of dot work on him. Not sure if he wasn't quite finished, but he is now. Oh, Ali, that's a shame. Hopefully it is in her office then, in her car. Rubbish when you lose something, isn't it? And next we have a Sugar Skull. I love doing this. And this is actually shaded. Oh, it actually looks purple. In real life, it looks like grayscale. It looks purple. Well, the flowers at least do on the screen. So that's good, because that was done with a purple pen, which is in the scrawler box that we'll get to in a minute. I put it back in there so that you can see it. So yeah, there's my, and that's, so there's a bit of shading going on there. So there's my Sugar Skull. And that was fun, just doodling in front of the TV the other night. Very simple one. Some of these now are very simple because we were getting into my poorly days now. So, and in amongst the cake and everything. So then I decided to do a hand and a skeleton hand. So it's got to be a rock and roll skelly hand for me. So there, I don't think the bones are strictly correct, especially in this bit. I kind of had to wing it a bit, but it turned out better than my actual proper hands do. I stopped dating them because they weren't in chronological order, so I was just drawing them, and not sure how many in total I've got here now, but there's definitely not a full month, but at least I've had a bit of a crack at it. I'm drinking tea here to out my cauldron to keep my throat going and to keep warm. And then this was I did another round with the dip pen, and this is as far as I got with the dip pen because I'm rubbish with it. And as you can see, they're all really uneven, and I might go back and put some detail in one day, but I can't draw straight lines to save my life with this dip pen. So I tried. And of course you have to let it dry, especially because I got it so thick here, and it even feels a bit raised. I think I had too much on my pen. I'm still working out how much you dip, where you dip, what you dip. So yeah, so it was a case of by the time it had dried, I'd lost interest in that one then. I'd moved on to the next one. Next we have my cauldron. This is what my mug actually looks like, but it doesn't have pink bubbles coming out of it. But yeah, it wouldn't be me if there wasn't some pink in this somewhere. So there's my pink cauldron with a spell going on. Again, this is the ink cartridge ink, and brush pen and ink wash, and I was getting the ink wash a bit smoother here, not strictly smooth, but a bit smoother. And then I think that, oh no, there's a couple more. And then this one I really went to town playing with the ink wash and the different tones. And again, it's getting better. It probably could do with another layer to even it out a bit, but there's my Raven silhouette with ink washes. All done with this, apart from this is the Pitt brush pen, and this is, what is it? Jelly roll, but like rubbed, scribbled on and rubbed in sort of thing to try and smooth it out. A bit of a dark side, Judy, a lot of a dark side. But yeah. Used to be a bit of a goth back in the day. Not so much now. I think there's my Raven. And then this is still a work in progress. I thought this inspired me when we went away. I gave, because my mum's where they were keeping the rats is a bit chillier than our flat. Well, our flat is a lot chilly at the minute, but it's usually warm. And I gave them some tissue, toilet tissue and stuff. They like to shred it. So Pepper came out like all buried in it like this. So this is my take on a mummy, or it will be when it's finished. I will finish this one. So yeah, it's my rat dressing up as a mummy with toilet roll. The sizes and the perspective is a bit out. And the, what do you call it, scale. The scale is totally off. But I like to think that they have miniature toilet roll just for them. So so yeah, there's that will be my mummy. And I can't decide whether to just do the darker bits, make it into Pepper, or do an all black rat or what. But I got that far and started doing the fur, like working back to front, and then had enough. But yes, this is a regular sight in the winter here. Not quite so precisely put on, but rats buried in loo roll. And then last but not least, I haven't finished him yet, but I started sketching him. I did ink his branch in to see how it would look. And he's I don't think you can even see him properly yet. He's graphite. So there you go. You can see him a bit better. He will be an upside down bat. Little cutie upside down bat. Pizza and wings, Carol. That's not fair. You have to share. And then I've just been wiping off sort of like random bits of ink on here, and I was going to use this as my last page and just like do some hand lettering on, sort of like at the end of every time I've used a colour, I've wiped a bit on here. Some hand lettering on it for the last day, but obviously I didn't make the last day, so I might still do something on that, but not yet. So yeah, that was my Inktober, and I impressed myself that I got this far actually, because I think I got like 5 in and I thought I was going to give up, but no, I've got a fair whack here. I need to decide whether to leave it in this binder and keep it for next year, or keep doing ink drawings in here maybe, because that's the only way I'm going to get any better, isn't it, if I keep going? Or whether I then take them out and use the holes and bind them, you know, as a little mini book or something. I haven't decided yet. And again, I want to finish my rat and I want to finish my bat because I've already started, so why not? And then probably do something with this page because, again, waste not, want not. And then I call it done for Inktober. So there's that. Next is the scrawler book. There's a bit of a hint what's in there. You can see I've been testing. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, Judy. Apart from the rats. But they're not real rats. And they don't look that much like rats either, because my drawing isn't that great. So yeah. But I'm proud of myself that I got that much done, and especially as I was doing the cake through the first couple of weeks of it, and then I've been so poorly and then away. I did take it away with me. And a little mini colouring book and some pencils and all my inking stuff. And got it out, put it on the desk in the room, the dressing table desky thing, and that's where it stayed for the whole week. By the time we got back each day, it was just time to put the child to bed and flop into bed ourselves, so it didn't get done. Yeah, it didn't get done. I was hoping to catch up, but never mind. There's always next year. There's always another year, isn't there? Thank you, Petka. Thank you. And I've been loving everybody else's Inktobers when I've been getting onto social media. Didn't have amazing Wi-Fi while we were away. And we were busy while we were out using for mobile data. But I did manage to sneak into a Mika stream for a couple of minutes and say hi. I can't remember what day. It was the day we were going to the zoo. Wednesday, thank you. Last Wednesday I did manage to sneak in and say hi. And I did try and swap Andrew for Gorilla and Alfie for one of the little cute monkeys, and it didn't work. They both got wise to me and followed me home, so next year. We'll try again next year. Oh no, CB, they left the gate open. Oh, I can't stand it when work people leave gates open, especially when they know you've got a dog. People do it at my mum's all the time, and the daft little git will go off on you. He won't go too far. He won't come back until he decides he's ready. To rugby tackle him last Monday because Alfie let him out. Apparently, we were coming in the gate, and Alfie and Andrew were still at the car. And Alfie opened the gate, and Rocky was stood there. And Alfie, apparently, he told Alfie that he wanted to go out now. So Alfie stood aside and let him out. That was Alfie's excuse. The dog told him. So luckily, he was only running across the car to Andrew. But, yeah, rugby tackled him and brought him back. He's a clever dog, that one, talking and everything. I'd dock fair pay for that, CB. Or if you make them cups of tea or coffee, I'd make them quite a few less. But if that's just a British thing that you make your workers tea or coffee, although I must say that I'm really slack, I never do. My mum and dad always insisted on it. But I need to zoom you back out now for this one. But no, I don't. I hate strangers being in my house at all. So I just count down the minutes for them to leave. And if I give them a tea or a coffee, that'll make them stay longer, won't it? So yeah, the squirrel box again, I've opened it, and the sweet's missing just for a change because I had to eat the sweet before Ralphie saw it, didn't I? You know, I always get a little sweet treat, a little candy. So yes, it's, pardon me, this month it's markers. You've got, this is the artist this month. This is Kat Vork. On she's on YouTube and Instagram and everything, and I actually follow her and I've been watching her videos for a long time, and I love her. She's from, it says here, she's Belgium, Sweden. I knew she was a European. So yeah, I'm really happy that I've got one of her prints now. I think I'm not sure if she has a shop actually. If she does, I may have to buy some more because I love this. And she does lots of work in markers and she loves cats. She's got cats, so enough said about that, you know. Anybody that likes animals is a good person in my book. And she does lots of different, her real name is Marie Nielsen. But yeah, so it's her inspired box, so that's cool. Although I've never done alcohol markers in my life, and I don't quite know what to do with them, so this should be interesting. And actually, just like last month, everything I've got in this box was, well, not everything, the markers in this box were sat on, and lots of other colours are, sat on my Amazon wish list. So I think, you know, the makers of this box, since I subscribed, have been going through my wish list, and, well, we can hope. and picking things off to send. Although everybody gets the same, so it's not personalised. But the other explanation is I just simply have everything in the whole wide world on my wish list, which is probably true too. So you get 2 pieces of Bristol paper to try it on. Where's the little, what do you get? Yeah, here's the list of what you get. Canson Bristol paper, which I've never used before. It's nice and smooth and looks good fun. And it's good that they supply this because I'd have nothing to try markers on. All I have is watercolour paper, sketch paper, cardstock. And I'm not sure if alcohol markers work amazingly well on any of those. So you have the 6, is that 6? 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So you get a good number of these Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. And some cool colours. There's the colour. Although one of the purples, as you can see here, it's not overly true to colour. It sort of comes out as a sort of a darker red. I can swatch them to show you better. I can't remember which one it is. It's one of them. One of them isn't very true to the tip. It might be this. Is it this one? And they've got a bullet tip and a chisel. Is it this one? No, that one. Well, again, they're not overly true. Look, because that one, if you can see, that's a neon in real life. I've still got the old yellow lights going on, unfortunately. I haven't managed to get a daylight bulb yet, and it's completely dark here. Has been for about 5 hours. This is like neon pink, and this it looks like a pale pastel pink, but it's not. They smell quite strong too. Don't want to sniff those too long. It may be this one then, this purpley one then maybe that they all come out a bit different. It's the only thing. So I need to make, if I'm going to buy any more of these, I need to make a swatch chart to make sure that. Yeah, this one comes out like a really dark purple. As you can see, look, that's nothing. And even though the colours are totally off on the camera, but it's still nothing like that, is it, on camera or in real life? So that's my biggest. I haven't really used them yet, but that's a big criticism with them. And then you've got like a blue, which is like a royally blue. Brown, it's like a dark mustard. A green, which is, I guess, a medium green. And a light peachy colour, but it's slightly neon bright, maybe. Don't know. It looks it to me. It might not be once you blend it in, but it looks it to me at the minute. So I shall have to have a play with those. The challenge this month is called Happy Cats. So the thing that came to mind for me was one of those, you know, in Chinese restaurants, you have those little kittens that does this. Those little plastic cats that are in the doorway. So that's what came to my mind. So I think I might have a go at drawing one of those. I did think about doing it in this stream, and then I was out all afternoon and got all confused with the time difference, and the boiler peeps are coming and everything. So we'll save that for another day. Oh, and I have another cake on the go. It's just a simple, semi-simple 2-tier engagement cake. I just have to make tons of roses tonight in front of the TV, but that's doable. I can make roses in my sleep. So yay! And then that's the last cake till Christmas. I'm putting my foot down. What else do we get? Oh, we've got a 2H pencil. Although since Inktober, I'm a really big fan again of my Pentel clicky mechanical pencil. It's just a disposable, but well, it's supposed to be disposable. But when my lead's all gone, I'm going to actually buy some different for it because I really like the pen. It's really comfortable for my bad-tempered hands. When you get something comfortable, some of you girls will testify, you keep it, don't you? So I don't want to have to break in a new one or whatever. And there's loads left on the rubber too. Sorry, eraser. Yeah. And then, ironically, the week before, I popped into town, and I went to my art shop. And where is it? I treated myself to, I've always wanted one of these eraser pencils, and I treated myself to a Faber-Castell one. And then the week later, what turns up? Another one. So I have 2 now. This is a Staedtler one. So I think this is like a student brand, and this is obviously Faber-Castell. This is, I haven't really compared them yet. I've been using this quite a bit, especially for Inktober, to do the fine lines. Okay, Carol. And so yeah, like buses, isn't it? You wait for ages, and now I've got two. It's got a little brush on the end. You get them without the brush too, but I wanted the little brush to brush away the bits, especially when I'm using graphite or anything. I tend to smudge things really easy because I'm clumsy, and so at least it won't smudge it so much. So yeah, I have two now. I haven't actually tested this one out properly yet, so whether this one's any good, I'm not sure. And then this is the brush that I did for my sugary skull. This is I really like this too. I'm going to have to see if I can find a set of these for reasonable. It's a Zig Brushables, brush up on colour it says. Pigment ink, acid free, archival quality, light fast, waterproof, fade proof, non-bleeding, singing, dancing, you name it. By Kuretake, obviously. And it doesn't say what base it is. I guess it's pigment ink, guess it's water based. It's actually really clever, this pen. This is in English Lavender, and they're both brush tips, and it's got the normal colour on this end, so that's the normal colour, and then the other end of the pen is it 50% or 25%? Let's read my little information. Yeah, 50% tint of the same colour. So it's really cool for shading and for graduating. So you just then go over and you can blend it somewhat in and then do a graduation. Although I let that dry too long. You need to do it while it's quite wet, I found when I was doing that. But yeah, so that's really interesting. And if you do it while it's still wet, if you work fast, I found the best way to do it is to take both ends off and keep going backwards and forwards. Yeah, I was really impressed, and I managed to do the gradient. Again, the paper wasn't the best paper for this. Paper wasn't the best paper for blending and what have you on, but it still works. And as you can see, you get you can see it there, the gradient that I got, and there, and then some definition on the little rosy thing. Yes, Ali, yeah. It's basically like a firm eraser in the middle, and you just sharpen it like a normal pencil. If you get the 0.2 fine, it just flops around, doesn't do much. It's too soft. But as long as you keep it to about this, you see, it's really good for getting in little nooks and crannies and little bits. Hi, Grammy. Yeah, this is the Faber-Castell one. Faber-Castell Perfection 7058, I think it says. You can get them on Amazon, because I've had my eye on them on Amazon for ages. Prismacolor do one too, I think. It just so happens that my local art shop stocks Faber-Castell, and I was in the area. Oh, I'd gone to get, what had I gone to get? An ink cartridge, that was it, and the dip pen. Not an ink cartridge, a palette. So yeah, and the last thing is a Staedtler pigment liner in 0.5, which is come in handy for Inktober, because I've only got a 0.1 and 0.2. I've got lots of 0.5s and 0.7, but in cheap pens. This is not indelible waterproof ink, which has been needed for the yeah, a bit like the things that you used to use with typewriters. Yeah, it does look a bit like that, doesn't it? Yeah, I went and treated myself to, not sure if anybody remembers when Heather did her colour theory with those computer inks. I had complete palette envy over her palette that she had, that little wow, I think it was a kidney shaped one. And I looked everywhere, and Sarah helped me track one down, and I ordered it, and then it was out of stock, and I never got this palette. Anyway, I saw this in my, and it was only cheap in my local shop. How much was it? £2.75. So I've now got a, probably need to zoom you out a bit more to fit this in, if it can even fit in my zoomed in. Yeah. So now I have a big boy with all these little holes for, and they're deep holes too, for colour mixing. You know, for when you do like a deep wash, a big wash, it's quite deep. And so I'm not going to run out of mixing room anymore, am I? So I haven't used it yet. Obviously, it's pristine, but I shall. I shall. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that. So I picked up the rubber at the same time, and the dip pen, which has been hit and miss at the minute. Like I say, practice is key. But I haven't been practicing, but I will. And finally, what else was I showing? Let's put that back in there for now. So yeah, I will try and do this challenge at some point. Maybe on a stream next week or something. We'll see if, especially if any of you have used markers before and know what to do with them, you can come and shout at me a bit and give me some pointers. Let's see if I can get that up there without it causing a craft lunch. But of course, I was sick all over Halloween and that, and I never got to do a Halloween journal page either. So I'm going to have to do one of those in the next couple of weeks too. Definitely CB, because I use my little tiny palettes, and oh my gosh. Like this is my Winsor & Newton. I have a few extra what are they, pans too. The ones that are just sat here loose. But you know, once you've mixed that, especially if we're mixing up a large bit, I mean, this is like two-tone. This is like, the camera's really flashing this out. This is like a turquoisey and a bluey. I was doing sort of like undersea stuff with this. This is for my, what was I doing with this? Oh, my jellyfish in here. I've got another palette somewhere that I was using. Yeah. By the time you've done a, you know, a big wash or two to do big areas, because you want it like really watered and whatever, you know, all your room's gone. So whereas with the, and I ended up mixing too much because I was mixing to the side of the palette and not to how much I need. So with those smaller, deeper holes, hopefully I can mix less, waste less. But look, if Heather's washing this, I've been a good girl. I haven't washed it up. I've kept it. It's all still there, and I will reuse it. Because ordinarily, before washing Heather, I would just go ahead and wash that up, stick it in the washing up bowl, you know. But no, I've been good. I've kept all my extra pigment that I've got there, and I will use it. I've learnt from Heather. Not quite to Heather's extreme, but I will use a lot more of that than I would usually use anyway. And so yeah, I've been doing some watercolouring and bits in here. What's that? A bit of shredded paper. Excuse the glare for a minute, but this helps me keep on track. No, I saw one of Carol TMT here. It was inspired me to start this one. He's not finished yet. In the background I did with the Pitt brush pen, because this was drawing Inktober and I was using it as a practice to get used to, because again I haven't practiced enough with the brush pen as I should, as I could, as I need to. So I was using it as a practice for control, for getting in all the little nooks and crannies and for manipulating it around. So the back is a bit patchy around here where it's just coloured in, but I can always go over that. But it was really invaluable practice going around all these small details and everything, and getting control with thin lines and thick lines where I needed it. So that helped a hell of a lot. So this I started doing with Koi watercolours. This is Koi watercolours. I haven't done any, well, I started doing a bit of shading on King Tut there, but not an awful lot. He's still a work in progress. He has a lot left to do. But there he is, little fishy blinking out here, and see the skull still needs work in this part, and all these need shading, and there's snaky left to do. And yes, I don't know whether it looks done or not on here, but this is kind of like in a done it sort of like in a beige colour to make it look a bit like parchment papyrus sort of colour. But I need to go back in and shade him and finish these. He is like a really, really pale peachy fleshy colour, because I was making him into is it a Sphinx cat, the naked cats, as he doesn't look like he's got much fur to me, although he might have fur, but he looks naked to me, you know, the hairless cats. So I might flesh him up a bit more colour wise. But yeah, so I have that to finish, but as ever I jump around and do bits and pieces. Thank you, Carol. Nothing compared to yours, but you certainly inspired me. And I have a few pages on the go in here, so not many finished in here, but a few on the go. So yeah, I really want to. I'm now itching to get my hands on this elephant. I want to do him all in grey, like a grey acrylic, and then pick things out, and then do the bottom with all the other animals like in full colour. So he'd be grayscale, and all these are going to be in colour eventually when I get round to it. Not quite sure what colour background though. But again, I keep jumping around and I never finish anything, so I need to finish some more things before I go on. I love this book too, Carol. I'm waiting for is it Mythomorphia to come out? And that's going to be on my Christmas list when it comes out. Is it Mythomorphia that's coming out? I don't have Animorphia either, actually. So that might have to be another want. What else have I done in here? There's my jellyfish somewhere that nothing else. I haven't done an awful lot in this book, to be honest. That's a finished one. That's well, as much as I just forgot me slug or what? No, caterpillar. Not a slug, isn't he? A caterpillar. That's a coloured pencil. This one with some metallics on it and things. So that was when I first got the book ages ago. I did that one. This is my other work in progress. This is Winsor and Newton watercolours, which is what the palette was for. Let's see, I've mostly finished this fishy, and I've got to finish this fishy and do the background and shade the jellyfish a bit more. And at first I thought I wanted them really wishy-washy, which I did like that, and this one ended up a bit brighter by accident. And while on holiday we went to the Sea Life Centre again, and they had some really, really like neon jellyfish there, so I decided they can probably go a bit brighter, so I will even it up. So and this one is the first time really that I've stuck to a limited palette. So we've got pink, green, yellows and purples, with a tiny bit of orange for the, you know, the odd bits that you have to pick out that are hidden in there, the pineapple but a muted orange, and the few browns and earthy tones. But yeah, usually it's a free-for-all. I'm just like, oh, look at all these colours, got to use them all, quick. And really that shouldn't always be the case, I've learned. But it still sometimes is, obviously. And then I'm also working on Mr. Foxy, wherever he is. Oh, that's the first page I ever did in this book. That's the other completed page I've got. I've probably shown you all before, but I'll show you again because it's here. That was my first ever page in this book. Again, coloured pencils, my new Marco Ruffien, however you say it, pencils I had for my birthday, which I really love and rate just as much as my Prismas actually now. So yeah, it's my first. Again, they're so vibrant, but my light's really washing it out. I need to get a white light. This one, there's a light above here and a light behind me over my left shoulder. And the one over my left shoulder is yellow and the one above me is fairly white. So it's kind of conflicting. And there's Mr. Foxy, here he is. I did start doing a bit more to him the other day, and I've written down some notes about what colours I was using. I've started shading him. His background's acrylic. It's all patchy at the minute because I'm going to put clouds in, and there's going to be like a night sky. It's much dark. Actually, this looks much brighter on camera than it is because it's quite reflective, this paint. I didn't realise. But I've started putting some of his leaves in and started shading him out a bit. Yeah, and I put the moon in. And I put a glow around the moon. I don't know what to do. I'll probably do the moon yellow eventually. But to me, he needed a moon, so he's got a moon. So I'm trying to keep the colours quite muted, and I think the colours in here, the flowers will be sort of like oranges, reds, yellowish, that sort of palette. 5 colours, you reckon? Yeah, I need to work on that. Is something I need to work at. Is limiting my colour palette, and but yeah, and just using shades thereof rather than completely different colours, which I do. Alright, you know, see the rainbow, use the rainbow. And it's not always conducive to the picture you're doing, is it? So that's just my little note of what colours I'm working on Foxy, because the fox was acrylic too, and I've started working over him, putting all his shadows in and doing his ears and bringing his ears out and everything, and he's still far from finished, and probably give him some green eyes or maybe some yellow eyes to reflect the moon. But yeah, that's all that's arty that I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. In fact, I haven't touched him in a... Yeah, I think I did. He was the last thing I worked on in this book. I started doing him, actually his face, the other night. But other than that, I've been poorly sick in bed, feeling sorry for myself. I'm getting awfully good at that. Awfully good. So yeah, now I'm at a loss what to do and what to show you. I don't really want to start a project now. So how long have I been on for? 50 minutes. And I know that I'll start something and the flipping engineer will be here. And you might want to get to a radiator or something that I'll need to move stuff out of, and I'd have to abandon you and it. Yeah, I don't know what else. I don't think I have anything else to show you. There you go, you can look at that. There's a zoo we went to. We went to Blackpool Zoo. It was very good. I have lots of pictures on my phone that I need to upload. Don't think I can even show you any on. I think it'll flash out, won't it, iPhone? I'll have to wait for the uploaded version, I think, but we'll try. See what I can see. Let's see, can you see my little monkeys waiting for the tiny monkey's turn on the bouncy castle? It's flashing out a bit, but you get the idea, don't you? I wonder if I turn this light off. No, that makes it worse. But yeah, there's some nice pictures here that I need to upload. I bought a selfie stick too, and Andrew almost disowned me. Bye, Judy. I shall be going shortly too, so I'll see you in a stream later or something. Have fun. And yeah, I bought a selfie stick because Andrew's 6'8" and I'm 5'5.5", and Alfie's Diddy. Try and get a picture of us. And this one, I'm wearing my unicorn hat, which I think is amazing, but Andrew's not quite so sure. Although he should be used to me after all these years. It's actually a white fluffy hat with unicorn horn and pink mane. I did see I did post a picture of the cake. It's on Twitter, but I've got loads more to post. I can. There's pictures of donkeys here, and I didn't take a picture of any of the fish really. That was Andrew's department, animals. I don't know if you can see this one, but this is my favourite picture from the whole holiday. Can you see? It's Alfie with a great big orangutan sat behind him. We were up on the viewing platform, and the orangutan climbed up the great big alpha male and just literally sat behind him watching us. So yeah, photo opportunity. I will upload these on Facebook or Twitter and Instagram and that eventually. I've got loads to do. In fact, I still haven't uploaded the summer ones. But yeah, there's 2 monkeys. And I don't think you'll see that. Sure, I got anything else to show you. Yeah, I definitely uploaded one, CB. There's a few on here, but you're not going to see very clearly. But well, yeah, you can't see them, can you? I will. There's the lookout, which is still hovering over here somewhere. The top's been eaten. Welcome back, Anonymous. I'm not sure who you are. Who was? Be right back. Carol, is that you? Has it changed you to Anonymous? So yeah, there's the lookout. And some pups and things. But yeah, I will post a lot of the detailed pictures on. I only posted one picture, I think, Alfie and his cake. But I will post some more of them. There's a random dog and the walrus, and I will post them. I will post them. I will remember. Poke me if I don't. Well, I need to get round. So I need to empty my phone because my phone's slowing down so much. I need to shed some of all these pictures. So I'm going to stick a load on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram or something as a way of keeping them somewhere else, or storing them as well as on my hard drive and memory sticks and what have you. So yeah, that down because of the glare. Not sure if there's any more. It was you, Carol. Welcome back. It's annoying, isn't it, when it changes you to Anon? Although when it changes me to Anon, it doesn't let me type. Obviously, I can't type if I'm not a logged in Anonymous. But even a logged in Anonymous, it will not let me type and post until I've changed to me, or to a name at least.
Yes, OX41.
Oh, I think Andrew's chasing the
number 1 Leon Close.
What do you call them? Plumber. Yeah, it's a plumber that fixes boilers, isn't it?
1 Golf Sierra.
So I'm going to let him do that. And I'm going to disappear and rest my throat and probably have a nap, to be honest. I'm knackered now.
1. It might be in my wife on the bucket.
And if Dee Dee's not streaming tomorrow, this isn't a promise, I might jump on tomorrow morning, but if not, I shall try and do a couple of streams next week to do something crafty and arty. And welcome back, Peckham. I'm afraid I'm just going now, but you didn't miss much. And say this isn't a. Oh no, I'm not just going, am I? I guess people want to see vermin, don't they? Any votes for the rats?
Why has nobody contacted me?
Or do I leave them in their cage?
Why has nobody contacted me?
Well, Andrew's going to go off on one at the landlord now. Not the landlord.
This is ridiculous.
The provider. The heating care provider. Can you hear him? Let's stop the recording, but you can hear. I'll let you hear if you can hear.
Decided not to bother to
Thank you, everybody, for watching.